When people come to my lesson tee and they're struggling with contact, probably like you are, there's three places, three ideas I always go to, and it works every single time. Today, I'm gonna share with you what those are, and we're gonna improve your contact. What we've gotta talk about here today, and to get that feeling on a more consistent basis, is contact. Now, what we gotta understand is that contact is really a byproduct of what we call controlling the low point. All right, so I want to talk about that, and then we're going to get into the three things that I always go to every single time, and they work. And then I am going to give you a little tip you can do actually on the golf course if you're like, wow, I don't know if I can do that, Todd, but I still got to improve my contact. What can I do tomorrow when I head to the golf course? I'm going to share that with you as well. So, good contact is a byproduct of getting the low point, where the club low point, where the club bottoms out. Okay, getting that in the right spot relative to where the ball is at. Okay, we call that low point. We've done some other videos on things like that. So what we're going to talk about here today is what are the three things that actually impact that. So the first we're going to talk about, and the most basic, is proper ball position. And I did not bring Nick, grab an alignment rod and get me an alignment rod and bring it out here. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm a little slow today. Bear with me. I was unprepared, but anyhow, alignment rod, we got these, we actually sell these, because I love them because they actually fold up, but anyhow, so getting the ball in the right spot. So I'm gonna take this alignment rod, and I'm just gonna put it down, right? So its points obviously directly at the golf ball, and I'm gonna put it right in between my two heels. Now, proper ball position, I've got a 7-iron. Okay, for most irons is somewhere between like the buttons on your shirt and like the logo. I got a little logo here, the brand name. I've got the buttons. The proper ball position is kind of somewhere in between there. So how can you find that? This is tip number one to help you improve your contact, is getting the ball simply in the right spot. So here we go. So I got my feet together. I'm gonna aim the club face, and I'm gonna take my lead foot and step it towards the target. All right, and I'm gonna take my trail foot, which is my right foot, and step it back just a little bit further. So let's do that again. Here we go. Simple concept, all right? Ball, alignment rod, little step. Let's say step 4 inches for sake of discussion towards the target. I'm gonna step 5 inches away. Now I've got the ball somewhere between the buttons and the logo on my shirt. Let me go ahead and hit one here. Okay, got that. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, because we don't lie here at US Golf TV. I did hit that one a little thin. Nick, I know you're gonna wanna edit that out because it wasn't super solid, but hey, this just shows you how challenging golf can be. You know what I mean? Let's be real. I don't hit every shot solid and perfect, but at least I had the ball in the right spot. All right, so that's tip number one. Tip number two is what we call pressure shift. And if you follow any of our stuff here at US Golf TV, and hopefully you subscribe already, hopefully you ring that bell, and hopefully you tell us where you're from. We love hearing where you're from. But we're big into the pressure shift, weight shift. The 60-40 is a core concept of the vertical line swing, meaning when we set up, 60% of our weight's on our lead foot, 40's on our trail, and we move that pressure, we move that weight from side to side as we swing the golf club. Now, remember how we talked about low point, right? Low point is the key. Getting the low point in the right spot relative to the ball is the key to consistent contact. So what you've got to understand, and I'm going to show you how to do it, is that when the pressure on your feet moves, so does the bottom or the low point, right? So if I just make a little swing here, let me just make some little swings. All right, and I start with my 60-40, and I start moving my weight back. Pressure goes back. Where does the club hit the ground? It hits behind the ball. This is probably the most common mistake that I see with most amateur golfers, especially experienced golfers, because they want to get the ball in the air, they rotate back. All right, now as I start to go forward, see my weight going forward, my pressure shift going forward, where am I hitting the ground? More forward, right? So you can just do that little simple drill. Just make little swings. They don't have to be long, and just even feel the difference. Let's do a little 3-setter, right? We love our 3-setters. Here we go. Waist high to waist high, we're going forward. Boom, there's 1, there's 2, taking a little divot, perfect. There's 3. All right, here we go. Let's get the ball in the right spot between the buttons and the logo. Let's get that weight going forward. Here we go. Oh, okay, that was better. No editing on that one, Nick. That was more solid because I got the pressure, took a little bit of a divot. Huh? Love that. Okay, so that's tip number 2. So we've learned ball position, we've learned pressure shift, weight shift, whatever you want to call it. Now the third one is the swing direction, the direction that we swing the club. If you have the ball in the right spot and you're getting your weight going forward, the third, and there's only 3 of them, okay, there's only 3 of them, the third reason why you could still be struggling with your contact is what we call swing direction, right? That's why we call it the vertical line swing, because most golfers, if they're struggling with contact, swing their lead arm in and around. And when the arm goes in and around, the bottom of the swing goes backwards. This is why I literally wrote the book, The Bad Lie, because I saw so many golfers. I don't know if it's because they were being told to swing it flat, get it deep, get it around, I don't know. But I saw so many of my students who were just flat and around. I'm like, we've got to fix that. So lead arm more straight back, lead arm more up. So what you've got to understand is that when you swing the club back and up, the more the lead arm works back and up, the more of the bottom of the swing, the low point goes forward. So let's tie those three together, and then we're going to take all that, we're going to simplify it, and I'm going to give you one thing that you can do next time you head to the golf course. So here we go. I've got the ball positioned between the buttons, all right, and the logo. All right, I'm going to get my weight going forward, and I'm going to get my lead arm going more back and up. Let's tie it together. Okay, pretty good right there. I'll count that as solid. It wasn't as solid as the second shot, but it was up in the air, and I'll take it. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, whew, you get a little long-winded on this one, Todd. I know it. I might be getting a little long-winded, but the reason is because this is the most common reason people come to the lesson tee, because they're struggling with contact. So we've got to understand this, all right? So let's say you want just something simple. You're going to the golf course tomorrow, you just want to play golf, you don't want to be thinking about a bunch of stuff. Here's what I would do. Just simply focus on this one thing. When you finish the swing, just get your knees touching. That's it. Just get your knees touching and give me that nice high handle finish. We call it the Arnie finish, the Arnold Palmer finish, right there. Okay, let me go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna tell you why that works. Here we go, got the ball in the right spot, pressure shift. Oh yeah, that was solid. Right there, high handle finish, knees touch, weight forward. Now that we got you hitting the golf ball more solid, check out my next video. And if you wanna personally work with us and my team on your golf game, check out VLScoaching.com.